Oh, I am standing over the find of today. I cannot believe what's underneath me. It did not look like anything. That is amazing. I'm gonna recover it, but first, you guys have to see how I ended up getting here. This is amazing.
So you live in the dream. You should see it through someone else's side.
Here we go. Very nice. First whole tooth of the day. That's an Ice Age horse. It's a really high quality horse tooth. Some people really like these, but they're actually pretty common if you're in the right area. So let's hope we can find more than just that today. But still, it's good to be able to find some of these extinct Ice Age animals. We're gonna keep on moving down river. I'm really grateful to be out here today. It's one of my favorite times of the year. We'll probably see a lot of flowers in bloom, and I've already started counting up the gators. But this is the happy place.
Rivers run dry, dust breaths in the air. 2 dark days, do you have a...
This spot over here looks deep and fun, so let's check it out. Dugong. Lots of dugong bones. More dugong. Hole's pretty deep. Whew. Go finish checking it out. Dugong graveyard though. Look at all these bones. It was about time for a nice refreshing Pepsi anyway. Oh, ooh, it's just so good. We'll keep this though, it's cool. I love these old bottles a lot. There wasn't much in there, but I did manage to find a literal graveyard of dugong bones. Each one of these pieces is part of a dugong rib. And now, you may have heard people say that they're not fat, they're thick boned, they're big boned. Well, dugongs actually were. So their ribs are solid, they're extremely thick, they have no vesicles, and that's because these are used as ballast to keep the dugong on the bottom of the river or ocean, because they are so fat and blubberous that if they didn't have these thick bones, they wouldn't be able to stay on the bottom of the rivers. And because of these thick bones, there's a preservation bias for them. So anywhere you find where a dugong died, most likely their bones were fossilized because they're already so solid to begin with. So a lot of different bones from an individual dugong, probably a few different ones, but we want to find some Ice Age material, so we're going to keep heading down river and see what we can get on. We've got what looks like another deep hole, so hopefully somewhere in here there's going to be something cool for us to find. Okay, now that is super cool. Check out this polished cypress driftwood. If I could, I would love to take some of that back home with me. You could probably make, oop, something big over there just jumped. Anyway, you could probably make some really cool home decor projects with that. But that's beautiful. You never know what you're gonna see out here. It's such a beautiful river, even if there are big things over there. But I'm gonna get in water right there. Seeing something like that when you're underwater is never a good sign. You don't know how that animal died, and it gets your senses all going crazy. But I'll stay focused, and if there's a gator, it shouldn't be an issue, but still, it's so scary. That's a good sign. Ice Age bone. Well preserved too. Trying to clear all these logs out before getting underneath this, but even though this looks super sketchy, There could be some good stuff because we're on hard pan below us. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And that hard pan can sometimes trap large fossils. So if we get lucky, under all of that grossness, there might be something really good. Oh, I am standing over the find of today. I cannot believe what's underneath me. Look at that thing! It's perfect! This is an unerupted single fossil tooth. It's huge! Oh my gosh! I'm freaking out. I am totally freaking out. Look at that thing. That is perfect. That's awesome. I'm gonna try to find more. I still have a lot of this hole to check, so there might be something even better just behind me or right to the left of me. So I've got to figure it out and I gotta get in there and check. So I'm not joking right now when I just thought I picked up a ball of clay and I look in my hand and it's not a ball of clay. It is another mastodon tooth and it might be better than the first one. So I'm freaking out and I'll just show you. I gotta show you. Oh my god, yes. Yes. I did not mean to pick this up. That is another perfect tooth. And it's probably from the same animal. I think I have the other teeth associated with this as well, but this is nuts. I gotta get the nice camera and show you guys this. That's a better look at it. It's perfect too. I put the other one right over here. They're definitely from the same animal. And I definitely have a tooth associated to this animal already. So Joe wasn't able to make it out today, and I just got a text from him. And he said if I find one more of these, we're over. It's it between us as fossil hunting buddies. But I'm still freaking out about how I found this. But the limestone clay trap over here where this came from, I've already completely checked that for the most part. I'll give it one more quick glance, and then this limestone shelf dips into a deep hole, so I'll check out that deep hole, and if there's any more fossils in here, I will make sure to find them and then show them to you. If you are, oop, that's deep. Hopefully I'll get through that. I got through it. If you are enjoying today's adventure, please subscribe to the channel. I've got the Nemo dive system with me right now, and that should help us getting into this deep hole. More bone. Yes, more bone. So right now it's kind of hard to see what's going on below me. As you can see, there's a lot of gunk. The visibility is poor, and there are palm trees below me are in my way. So I'm grabbing at gravel and things that can feel like bone and just pulling them up and getting clay and balls out of the way. And this is a good area. I'm finding more bones, so we should be able to find something good. So this huge chunk of sand that's fallen down at the bottom of it, I think I found a large chunk of this mastodon skull. So there might be more teeth associated with it. The bone is very poorly mineralized, so I'll fan it up, see what's there. I'm glad I took one more last glance in this clay layer, and I can see where it's coming out of this large block. So I'm gonna get underwater. I'll show it to you really quick before fanning it up. That's a tusk and a developing tooth. There is more of the animal here. I'm not sure how much tusk is there, but we're going to have to be really careful with what we do next. I might need to call Joe. He might need to come here tomorrow or something and try to uncover it, but safely. And that's crazy. Let's fan this up real quick. That's a mastodon tusk for sure. And there's a large part of the skull there. I'm probably gonna have to come back here tomorrow or in 2 days with some material that allow me to safely recover this. I doubt we're gonna be able to recover much. Unfortunately, I'm taking a look at it and it's full of small cracks, which means it's already starting to fall apart. The tusks here aren't like the ones in Alaska. They don't really get mineralized. They don't turn into rock. Instead, they get leaps of minerals and they start to fall apart. But it's really cool to see that in situ in the bottom of the river. And if we can recover safely some of this, we will. But we'll have to go about this in a much different way than we normally do in fossil hunting in Florida. Oh, mastodon jaw segment, deer antler. Cool hole, very sketchy. So the deep hole by the mastodon pellet did lead to a couple of interesting finds. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it had a ton of bone, mostly dugong. Again, like we talked about earlier, there's a preservation bias to these. So when an animal does die that's a dugong, their bones typically fossilize. We got a lot of that. We did also get another section of mastodon jaw. I think this is actually associated with these two teeth, but it's weird how the river pushed it over there. It's really cool though, because it's got the symphysis in. It would have had tusks, these little front lower jaw tusks right there, but we'll see if this goes with the other stuff I have from this animal. But it's a really cool piece regardless. And then an interesting fossil right here. That's a deer antler. That is well mineralized deer antler. And you don't always find extinct animals. Of course, deer, black bear, raccoons, other extant animals, animals we still have around, would have been here just like the extinct mastodons and mammoths that were around in the Ice Age. Those animals shared the same habitats. Now it's time to get the gear packed up. We've got a long trip out of here, and then I am really excited to get back out here with Joe. Coming up in part 2, Joe and I return to the river where we discover much more than we bargained for. Subscribe to join us next time as we uncover this ancient Ice Age animal and attempt to rescue and preserve it before the upcoming flood season. And as always, keep on digging science.